Okay, today we're installing an agency rear sway bar. It's a 22 millimeter. It's adjustable with these reinforcement brackets. The middle is 22. I guess it goes to 20 and then 24. What we'll need for this project is jack stands, a jack, and probably a 12 and 14 millimeter. But I'll let you know if we need anything different than that. Okay, so the first step is to jack up the vehicle. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now that we're gonna get started, that we have our car jacked up, we're gonna take off the one end of the end link. So it's gonna require a 14 millimeter one side wrench and then another 14 millimeter wrench socket, and you're gonna undo this bolt and nut. Okay, now that we have the other side unbolted as well, we're going to start on removing it from the brackets. There's a bolt there and there's a bolt there. I believe they're both 12 or 14. We'll find out. But when we get to this side, you can see one of the bolts. Actually, you can't even get to it. We're gonna have to remove this hose or remove it to the side. Also here, we're gonna have to remove this plastic. So let's go ahead and take off those two items. Okay, what I did is I removed this bolt right here, moved this plastic to the side, and now I can see that top bolt. Now, to get to this bolt, I'll have to remove that bolt right there, these two bolts right there, which are holding this whole canister together. So let's remove those. Those look like 14. Okay, so once I removed these three bolts, I was able to lower this canister and make some way to remove the two bolts that are holding the bracket together. Also, for the axle back, I had to remove 3 of these hangers so I can wiggle the actual sway bar out. And here's the sway bar. Now we can go ahead and compare it to the one we're going to replace. Here's a comparison, and the thickness. As you can see, this bracket comes out further out, or down in our case. Alright, so the next thing is to go ahead and put the new one in. So we're going to have to wiggle it in above the axle back exhaust and then back into its place. Okay, once you have your bolts in, your canister back in, the end links are gonna be on the outside. I know the OEM are on the inside, but these aftermarket are on the outside. So your bolt will have to be turned around the other side. So this bolt right here, or this side of the bolt, was on the other side. Now we've switched it to be bolted from the inside. So this is what it should look like. And that's the finished product. Now we got a 22 millimeter rear sway bar.